Test. Okay, good morning, everybody. Got a pretty exciting deck for you today. So let me, I guess, kind of track this down from yesterday a little bit. So this is a deck I had prepped yesterday. A slightly different version. Well, no, very different version. So okay, for a long time, I've had like in my drafts like a Sultai Inverter deck with Wall of Blossoms, Ice-Fang, Eldritch Evolution, and Aether Vial, with the idea of like being able to evolution your 2-drops into Inverter to set up for your combo with Thassa's Oracle, then like potentially, you know, tick this up to 4 Violent Inverter, or just like tick this up to 2, cast Inverter on turn 4, Violent Oracle. I've had this like for a long time, and I was always like really stuck on it. And then yesterday, or like it was 2 days ago, I'm like, oh, I can play Endurance in this deck to Endurance myself and reset my graveyard for the Inverter combo, which was the biggest problem with this version, was you just like had no way to like get the cards out of your graveyard to do the combo. I guess maybe not everybody's familiar with this combo. This is something Abandoned Pioneer, seen some fringe play in Modern. We've had some minor success with it in Modern in the past. But the combo is Inverter of Truth. It's a 4-mana 6/6 flyer. Enters the battlefield, and you exile all cards from your library, face down. Put those into your library, and then you exile the rest of the cards that were already in your library. And then you play Thassa's Oracle and you win the game because you have no cards. And so it's very important to manage your own graveyard. And this deck was the best deck in Pioneer when Dig Through Time was legal. And Dig Through Time was just like such an insane card in that deck. Just being able to not only find you your combo, but do so while exiling cards from your graveyard so that you're able to just win the game immediately was just so ridiculous. And every time I've worked on this deck in the past, the problem has been managing your graveyard. And so I had that idea in the Aether Vial version to play Endurance to manage your own graveyard, and that version felt fine. We may end up playing it at some point. But I think that instead of being in on like the Aether Vial creature plan, I think it makes more sense to just be like a Sultai control deck with the Inverter combo. And the deck felt very, very good in playtesting last night, where you were just like a lean, mean Sultai machine. Your like curve is, you have lots of like very cheap, powerful spells. Endurance is just like a good. What's good? We're great about Endurance is, of course, like being able to Endurance yourself to combo in the late game in your control deck is great. You can even pitch it. This happened a couple times where I ended up pitching the Endurance so I could combo faster. But it also just gives you like a really, really cohesive like Sultai control, Sultai mid-range game plan. It gives you like extra equity against graveyard decks, frees up your sideboard because you're main decking your graveyard cards, makes you much better against mill. Has a lot of equity there. And it also frees you up to play, Memory Deluge as your card selection, card advantage spell. And I've been really, really happy with Memory Deluge in Modern lately. I think it's a great fit in this deck, digging for your combo, allowing you to play, this kind of hybrid. This I usually don't like this comparison too much, but this deck is very similar to Splinter Twin. Good control deck, the 2-card combo. How do you do it in one turn? You got 6 mana. you have 6 lands. Which, in a control deck like this, it happens more often than you think. Deck felt good last night. I played against 3 Ragavan decks. I beat Murktide, beat Scammed. I lost to Blood Moon game 3 against Scam, but you do have a decent amount of insulation against Blood Moon with your Abundant Growths. Not too worried about it overall. I think we could probably get into it. I'm pretty excited for it, though. This deck does play very similar to Splinter Twin. You just play a control plan until it's safe to combo. Like, you're not a deck that is just trying to kill your opponent as soon as possible. Why Abundant Growth over Utopia Sprawl? Is the ramp support? Yeah, the ramp doesn't really work with your mana requirements in Sprawl, and you have really harsh mana requirements here. You have Ice-Fang, you have Counterspell, you have Fatal Push, you have Inverter, and I find that the this is probably supposed to play. Ooh, Coffers. I find that the Abundant Growths really tie the mana together well in decks like this. It's something we've kind of developed in the past, I guess. And then you want to name next Dark Soul character named Harold. Dude, in my sticky notes I just have the words Thalia, Garden of Thraben just by itself. I wonder what that was supposed to be. Rob, 12 months, happy anniversary. Okay, don't really mind Relic of Progenitus too much. Can be good against the Inverter, but you could also just play to where you combo all in one go. Ah, it was one of the characters. Right. Gonna think about Drown versus Counterspell as the matches go? You can. I think that Counterspell is gonna be much better than Drown here. I've not been super happy with Drown lately. I think it's finding Grixis Shadow, a deck that like really meets all of its requirements. Good chance I'm just gonna be like on Endurance beatdown here. How do in the LCQ? I lost in round 3. I beat Dingo, then I had like a crazy game against Blue-White Control. Oh man, my opponent drew so well, and I thought I was dead. Then I drew so well, and I wasn't dead. And then I lost to Hammer, which is just like I was playing Sacrifice, playing Reckless Sacrifice. And Hammer is your worst matchup by a lot. I did make a misclick in game 2. I think I may have lost anyways. Did not feel good to misclick though. Being a 1,000 classic scam. Yeah, he thought that until I killed him with the what's the land? In game 1 I was able to kill him with the sacrifice all your lands plus Mayhem Devil land. Can't believe I forgot the name of that card. Yeah, Rami, Tomb of Rami. Hello, Lucy. Esther is at a conference today, so I've got both dogs in the room. I got 2 dogs. You gonna be a lapdog today, Lucy? Come here. Come here. Yeah, lapdog Lucy. Lapdog Lucy. Yeah. One Lucy. One lapdog. Okay, both got their Coffer's Mana online. Damnation. Let's go ahead and let that one go. I think I'm going to play the second Endurance just to get some more pressure on them. Oh. So I'm going to actually main phase this Ice-Fang, so if I draw runner lands, I just win. That's one. Let's do one more. We've got a counterspell to buy us some time. Not yet, Draven. I'll let you know. I used the Lucy cam to do the cooking stream I still haven't set it back up because Lucy like hasn't been here, but she is here now. Lucy. She's so cute. She's kind of an attention hog though. Invoke Despair. Let's go ahead and counter that one. How do you get green coffers with effective format? It's a good, interesting question. The answer is obviously, I don't know, but it's kind of a fun thought. You missed like one, please. Alright, turn 6. You dead. Level, 21 months, thank you. Hope you're doing well. Face down, baby, face down. That's awesome, Draven. Are you playing Rot Priest? What's your list like? You can make, I forgot what the, so there's probably a clip of it, but I did bet a lot of subs that Infect with Rot Priest would never top 8 at Modern Challenge. So you can make me pay up. What stopped Inverter of Truth being a higher tier deck? Well, I think I've worked on it in the past. I think it's an archetype that, is hard to build. I think that that's definitely part of it. Another big thing though with this deck is there's like with no like a good way to manage your graveyard. I think that's the biggest problem is like managing your graveyard. Like you have to like play like relics or hearses or like a lot of delve spells that are mediocre, like Murderous Cut and Cling. Like the first couple of copies of these are fine, but the more you play, the worse they are. But you know, I was in a different build of this. I was just like, oh, we can literally just play Endurance. Endurance is a freaking great card. Endurance is a great card. Let's just like play that one. And it just like. And not like it's I think it's kind of subtle, but it just kind of does everything you need it to. It just it just like manages your graveyard, and it also like complements your like general Sultai mid-range Sultai control game plan. It just really ties the room together very well, I think. Although I think I'm gonna trim one Ice-Fang, one Endurance here. It's not subtle. It's Endurance. Yeah, I consider Logic Knot. I think that with no like 1-mana cantrips, I think you want to play, and with you already having the Endurances, I think you want exactly one Delve spell, and I'm playing the Murderous Cut instead. But I would likely play it if I wasn't playing the Delve spell. No, to the Murderous Cut. Let's keep this. Am I gonna force an Expedition map here? I think I will. Growth Spiral over Ice-Fang. I think Ice-Fang. So I don't think you need to. I don't think you want to ramp into the combo faster. I think you want to play a slow control deck. I think you want to play a slow control game. Okay, I was gonna fetch my Triome here. That makes things a little weird. This is that, and Ice-Fang is also like really good. Like the combination of like Ice-Fang Endurance, I think gives you a lot of equity against. I'm gonna Spell Pierce this, I guess. Gives you a lot of equity against Murktide, which is like very important. If you're playing a combo deck in Modern, and all of a sudden you're just a deck that has an alright time against Murktide, that is a very, very interesting dynamic to me. No, Murktide, another beater in Delve. So no, I'm not playing Murktide. One thing is here we've like definitely not met Murktide's deck building requirements at all. But also like there have been several. I could cycle this Triome. Let's just go and play it. There have been over like Modern's history several like players who have played Murktide in Inverter and thinking, oh, this is a good Delve spell in the Modern format. The problem is that Murktide and Inverter just play such different game plans. Like Murktide is a card that wants you to like protect your Murktide the entire game. Have like cheap pressures for your opponents to trade 1-for-1 with their removal spells. Put your opponent on the back foot by having a good cheap early game, and then go over the top with a Murktide. And I think that like Murktide is, you know, a tempo aggro card in a control combo deck here, and I just don't think it fits. Isn't that a Field of Ruin? This is a Field of Ruin, yeah. Are you saying that I shouldn't have Abundant Growth here? I think it's fine. I don't really mind if they kill it. Okay, I'll just get another Breeding Pool since it's also a Sultai Triome. What if instead of green you play 4 Relic? So this is the kind of comment I get on like basically every single time I try to innovate on an archetype. Hey Spike, instead of this innovation you have here, why don't you play it the exact same way it's been played for like the last few years? You know, because that is exactly how people have been building the Inverter deck. Oh, sorry, deck for 4 dogs. That is exactly how people have been building the Inverter deck for years, and I think that this felt very good in my playtesting last night. And very simply put, Endurance is a better card than could Hardcast Force or Pitch. Let's go to just Hardcast. Endurance is a better card than Relic. Is it very simply put. Oh man, I wish I had that Veil last turn, huh? Guess I could have another one. It's gonna be a good card. I don't really understand what these Bone Crushers are doing here. Like, I think that Bone Crusher Giant is, like, very, very fringe playable in Modern in general. Not a card that I, like very much. And to play it as a creature, a non-zombie creature in your zombie deck feels very odd. Okay, let's take Counterspell Deluge. And I've also been loving Memory Deluge lately. Also in Control. Sanctifier? Yeah, but it doesn't... Oh, you Bone Crusher prevent the damage. I see. Okay, this is... So I guess my kind of counterpoint there, one thing I don't love about this, is that, you know, you are main decking a answer to a sideboard card. Where I don't feel like this is better than just doing the White Splash plus Portable Hole / Prismatic Ending / just take 2 lands. Yeah, so start flashing back. Yeah, I don't feel like this is better than just the, like, either White Splash or play Path of Peril on the sideboard. Is kind of my thinking here. Like, there's like, it's kind of this my same philosophy with Prowess and how a lot of Prowess players are main decking Prismatic Ending, and sometimes Path. And I just feel like if you're like, why main deck an answer to a sideboard card? And like, maybe the theory is like making your mana a bit better post board, but even then, like, it could just be, I would sideboard in the Bone Crushers against Sanctifier, because I think that this Bone Crushers can be suboptimal like every single game 1, right? They consider Mirror a Fade of Inverter? Nope. That card's 5 mana, and this card's 4 mana. And it is, I don't know. I don't think it's too much deeper than that. Okay, I hope this is like a 7 mana spell like in Veil of Summer. No, it's just a Walking Ballista. I actually don't have very many answers for Walking Ballista, because I cited out on my removal. I guess I should Counterspell. Just thinking about ignoring it and deluging. Did Ice-Fang push out Shellacka? Yeah, I mean, Shellacka is also like a tap land in the Ragavan format, which always kind of felt awkward. But yeah, the green splash also. Like, your mana here is really... Okay, now we just need an Endurance. So if we find an Endurance, you can pitch the Veil and win all in one turn. Take that under advisement. I was just worried about the sideboard is too tight. Is Leyland of Singularity for creativity? Sounds kind of interesting. Leyland of Sanctity might be... If that is the plan, Leyland of Sanctity might be better. Just to stop the Archon triggers, and then, like, you have some extra equity in other matchups. Unless there's, like, another thing the Singularity's for. But I also don't feel like the sideboard is necessarily too tight. Okay, have not found an Endurance yet, but that's okay. We can just take our time, take another Deluge, take another Veil. Sanctity, wrong Leyline. Well, I mean, I was thinking Singularity would be good against creativity, right? Because you make their Goblin tokens legendary, so they can only have a creativity on 1. But I don't know, maybe that's not good. I was just wondering what the thought is there. Or you just have the wrong Leyline in the deck. I see. That Endurance will be this. What size graveyard we use to Inverter 4 cards? So yeah, this is several times so far. People have asked for like heuristics in this deck, like, oh, when do you usually cast Inverter? How many cards in the graveyard? There's no heuristics. You just like wait forever. You just wait as long as you can, drawing cards until it's the right time. And now it's the right time. So I need to make sure the invoke resolves first. Not too much they can have, huh? Yeah, the match tracker is down. I forgot to... I was gonna manually update. Is 4 Deluge a lot? I thought it might be after some playtesting. I like kind of can't imagine playing less than 4 Deluge. Deluge is just such a great card in this archetype, and yeah, I don't know. I don't want to play less than 4. Okay, opponent's on a mold of 5, playing Giganta. Any thoughts on my pet deck? Esper Shadow is bad. Engineered Explosives and Chalice mains, kind of interesting. Yeah, Narset Puzzle Box is always very cool. Gigantha Flooded Strand? Hallowed Fountain is weird. Definitely gonna Ice-Fang this. Ice-Fang has also been feeling really good to cast. It's hard to meet the card's requirements. Like, Abundant Growth is like why we're playing it. Abundant Growth also makes you like a lot better against Blood Moon, so it's not like the only thing the card has going for you. But a mold of 5 immediately gets 2 for 1. Feeling good. Yeah, so they're probably just playing Breach. Ding ding ding. End of turn, Memory Deluge, you lose. Yeah, I'm definitely playing Dark Souls later today. The general structure is going to be like, it's just kind of dependent on do I feel like I need to eat lunch before pivoting to Dark Souls, and so I think today there will likely be a break between. Spell Pierce looking. I guess I'll take it because it's a spell. There won't always be a break before Dark Souls, but it just kind of depends on like, do I need to eat lunch first before diving into like 2 or 3 hours of mental focus. Briar World, 16 months, thank you. Yeah, what's great about having mediocre Memory Deluges is you just get to do it again the next turn. Or you get to do it again later. Alright, take my Murderous Cut Gigantha. I also love that this deck is mostly just draw your card, pass. Haven't played a deck like that in a while. Did you play in the tournament? Yeah, I played Rakdos Sack Scam last night. I beat Scam, then I beat Blue-White Control, then I lost to Hammer, which is your worst matchup as a Sack Scam deck. The match against Blue-White Control was crazy. I also got like really, really lucky against Dingo, who was the Scam player. Dingo like mulliganed to 5, and I just had the perfects. It was awesome. You know what, I actually think I need to save the counterspell for a breach. I think let me just let that go. Do you never consider going for the 6/6 fly turn 4 beat down? Sometimes sure, like not this game, absolutely not this game. You have a Memory Deluge. Feels good to get a Spell Pierce this late. So they got 2 cards in their hand. Hopefully we can resolve Deluge. Oh, well. Almost definitely resolving a Deluge now. Not in the face, think of it 2-1. Hope you're doing well. Not weird at all, immigrant. I used to do the same thing, actually. Now I was an electrician. Alright, let's just find Endurance Thoracle. Not the end of the world. We actually have, I think, Flashback Deluge plus Counterspell up here, right? Or are we 1 mana short? 4, 5, 6, 7. We are 1 mana short, so I guess we can just go ahead and growth. I'm doing well, Myra. How are you doing? Ooh, boy. I think, you know, last match someone asked if is 4 Deluge too much. No, I think you just gotta play 4. You just gotta play 4. I might consider Murktide in place to... Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess I'm surprised people have been asking, or maybe you haven't seen. People have been playing Murktide in this archetype for a while. I really am not a fan. I think that it is a card that just does not fit in the archetype very well. Souls didn't go very well yesterday. I was like kind of... I just didn't... Like, I need to be taking a lunch break. I need to be taking a lunch break. Especially now that I'm rusty. It was easier for me to not to when I was playing it every single day. But getting back into it, like I just can't be fatigued and rusty. I can be one or the other though. No, I don't have enough qualifiers for the LCQ. I had enough for 1 and I lost it 2-1 yesterday. Okay, so let's deluge, looking for either Endurance or the one of Spell Snare. Found both. Spell Snare! I was trying some Asmo food deck without Urza, my X wish list. I can't remember. I think I said that yesterday too. I couldn't remember which one it was. But I also remember not like liking it. It was maybe like a mono red version. Like it was maybe like I don't know. It's been a long time. Yeah, so we actually just win next turn, right? I always love when streams go like this. Like I have a thesis. My thesis: Endurance is the card that ties the inverter combo together in Modern in a way that like the deck has really needed, and just so far I feel like that thesis has been pretty accurate. A Dreaky, 20 mines, thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure Ozil. The Kiki Vile deck is like needs it doesn't have a lot of replacements. I feel Spyro's pretty key. There's like not another good card advantage creature to Violin. Good card selection creature. You could do some scouring though. I just don't know personally. Okay, so they're Fair Breach, not Combo Breach. It looks like. Game 1's probably pretty good, just being an endurance deck. They have some amount of counter magic. I think you could play like the first Veil and maybe not too many more than that. I think the third Spell Pierce might be kind of nice though, especially against the Teferi Time Ravelers. Probably against maybe just like 1 Spell Pierce minus 1 Force, then not really change too much else. I don't think they're playing Saga. You should have played the second Thunderbird. I know. I almost played this at the Last Chance qualifier last night. I was like 2-0 in my league. I was like, maybe, but I was like, I didn't feel like I had enough reps with it to feel good about that decision. I was like, use a single limb. Yeah, it's a 5-0 or nothing. I love that structure too. Rank the breach decks. Fair Breach, Combo Breach, and Breach Shadow. I don't know. They're all very close. They're all very close. I think, like, specifically right now, with, like, how prevalent, like, Murktide and Scam are, I'd prefer to be on one of the Fair variants as opposed to Combo Breach, because I think, like, you lose, like, some small percentage points in those matchups. when you're on the combo version, but like not a lot. It's all very close no matter how you dice it. Yeah, I played a Rakdos Scam Stack last night. Lost to Hammer, which is your worst matchup. I also got these from Bin makes stuff at the Hunter Bird. I need to put them up on the wall. I was going to this morning, but then I was just like staring at the deck list too long. We'll get them in they're artist proofs. Gonna get them in Wooburg order down there. Would play Drown instead of Growth. You play a billion fetches anyways. The Growth tech is something I developed a while ago. I don't think that it's absolutely mandatory. However, I think this deck has like really ridiculous mana requirements. Saying you have a million fetches is just like very reductive. When you have the Ice-Fang Snow requirements on top of turn 1 black for push, double blue for counterspell, blue green for Ice-Fang, double green for endurance, double black for inverter. Your mana requirements are really tough, and I like that Abundant Growth like fixes those in a really big way, while also helping you hedge against Blood Moon in a really big way, while also helping you meet your snow requirements, because you can just fetch basics when you have Abundant Growth usually. I also don't think Drown is very good in this deck, for what it's worth. Like, your curve is like really high for a Drown in the luck deck. Don't think they have Spell Pierce. Maybe they would have not pierced the Abundant Growth, but they were like kind of F6 maybe. Okay, I was wrong. Guess I could have just upkeeped either way. Yeah, I love Drown as much as the next guy. I just don't... It's also like, you know, you're playing Endurance also, so a decent amount of time you're targeting your opponent with Endurance, and because of that, I don't think it makes also much sense to like main deck the Drowns. I'm tanking on the Surveil. Is this good? Yes. It's like Ancestral Recall. Very good, huh? Yeah, it was better to push in their upkeep. I got the read that they didn't have the Pierce, and that read was wrong, but didn't really matter either way. I wish Snow Basics a better treatment. I wish you could like have a snow sticker. I think they should have a snow sticker that you just put in front of. You just put it on your basic land that you like, and then it's a snow land, and so you can play whatever arts you want. But it's all of a sudden now there's snow. I think that would maybe be a good solution. They do have a snow sticker. Can you play them in tournaments? Do we combo yet? Yeah. Yeah, we've won 3 games, every game by the combo. So how many cards is this? 4? 3 here and then 1 more from the bauble. Pretty good for them. Let's try to draw an Endurance, huh? How about a Breeding Pool? They have to win this in game 3. Can you feel a sticker through the sleeve? I know I couldn't feel it, but I know it may not be legal because of that. You're right. All right. Endurance. Do I want to play at 1 live? I guess I don't know. We'll play it out, whatever. I don't have anywhere to be. Although I could have saved myself my opponent surveilling 3 times. You know what? We're never winning this game. Is Path of Peril better than Dead of Winter? I don't really consider Dead of Winter very much. What I like about Path of Peril is that it kills Wall of Roots and it kills Sanctify. It kills any creature with a hammer on it, which Dead of Winter don't do either of those things. Dead of Winter is not also doesn't always kill Sanctifier on turn 3. It will usually, but not every single time. Chalice on 0. You could play Chalice on 0. It literally only stops Mishra's Bauble. Like, if I knew it was going to be in my opening hand, I'd have it, but it's also, like, a really bad top deck. Okay, good hand. Has Endurance in it. I'm gonna be getting Triome here every single time, though, since I don't have a Overgrown Tomb in my deck. Yeah, this is game 3. Yeah, the record thing is broken at the moment, so we are not using it. I think I just want to get... I guess I can actually keep fetching. I think it's probably fine either way. Wait, so this is like a mill deck? I would say it's not very much like a mill deck. What do you mean? Why not Traverse the Underworld? Because both your combo cards are creatures. Traverse the Uvenwald sucks. That card is so bad. I keep trying to play it, and every time I'm just like, Traverse the Uvenwald, why are you the way that you are? Love that draw. Did I play against anything spicy at HP Mo? No. My matchups were... Hold on. My matchups were Rhinos, 8 Blast, Hammer, Omnath, Creativity, Yawgmoth, Hammer, Yawgmoth, Living End, Murktide, Scam. Spiciest was 8 Blast. They have a Heat? Yeah, that's the 8 Blast deck. That deck has been, you know, a known quantity in Modern for a while, though. I didn't really consider that one to be particularly spicy, but it was the spiciest for sure. It's Deluge in response here to not get Spell Pierced. Let's take Ice-Fang plus Thoracle. I was thinking about maybe taking double Thoracle. Yeah, I heard that the stream was like was crashing during my match, which was sad because the game 3 was a ridiculous game. It was so swingy. It was a great camera game. Traverse Hatred is true, dude. The card is so bad. I don't know what to tell you. I've played it so many times, so many brews where Traverse is a key piece, and it is the worst card in your deck every single time. I keep trying it, and it is just so bad every single time. I wish I had better news to report, but. I could just jam Inverter. I don't think I'm supposed to. This would be my library. Okay, so Inverter, I have 5 cards left. Draw to 4, Ice-Fang to 3. I guess if they tap out, they're dead, because I'll have 3 Devotion. I also have... I can draw the Deluge. Let's do it. Because, like, their interaction is, like, all Spell Pierce and stuff, so I just don't think they've got too much good recourse to this. Maybe they, like, remand this. That'd be fine. But I should have grabbed a second Oracle if I was going to do this, so I think that was a mistake. Although, this does let me theoretically kill next turn. Refetches, push Deluge. I guess I could... Also, if this somehow does get countered, I can Inverter it back in. Remand? I mean, they might... A lot of the lists have been cutting all the remands. They can't have some number of remand, yeah. I think I'm an upkeep push. Yeah, maybe I can just kill them too. Could have... I should have attacked. I should have attacked. Pascal, 4 months. Okay, thank you. You're doing well. Yeah. I'm only gonna go for Ice-Fang plus Oracle next turn if my opponent taps completely out, which I would not expect. I'm excited for White Remand. I'm excited. I've been excited about it for like a year and a half. I'm very excited. So maybe I am casting the second Inverter. As an inside source. I consulted on the set. Yeah, I consult. I'm the inside source. The inside source was coming from the stream room the whole time. Can I elaborate on what by consulting? Yeah, I was you know, looking at the set for power level purposes, making sure there weren't any broken cards, giving feedback on how to improve cards for, like, you know, fun and, like, you know, cards that'd be good, you know, implement to the format. I'll be making a video once the full spoiler is out, but that's not going to be for a little while. Okay. Dude, I'm so glad that they're using Dress Down now. That is so good for me, I think. I can't believe they're using it now. Any chance I could work for them full time? Maybe one day. But I love what I do. I am so happy doing what I do, and I really, if I could do this the rest of my life, which is, like, I don't think super realistic, because it's very hard to be a content creator for your whole life. I would, though. This is sick. I love being my own boss. I love having freedom. I love sharing my ideas every single day. I love not being. I really love the, like, creativity and the freedom here. And to me, even if they were to pay me, like, a lot more than I'm making now, it would, you know, I'm making enough here, and I'm really happy, and to me that's worth it. Worth more than anything. Have I recommended Wizards have players contracted to review sets for similar concerns, power level creep, etc.? Well, I think they do this for every set, or they do, I don't know exactly, but they have people come in and consult. I think the player base as a whole consulting would be a mess. I know this because I talked to, you know, 1,000 Magic players at once, and I think that, like, the hive mind is typically, like, a little off about evaluations. Yeah, consulting every once in a while is something I'm definitely open to, though. You feel Mono Black Burn has legs are too gimmicky. Wonder if I should pick up to lend to a friend. I feel like it's a perfect deck to, like, lend to a friend for F&M. It is capable of winning games. It's also, like, the kind of deck that nobody knows how to play against, which is, will give you some equity at first. I think there's some room for innovation to make it better, but it's definitely not a deck I'd recommend for a tournament. What you doing over there, opponent? You're like Ledger Shredder into Dress Down? Do they even have enough cards? Yeah, they're short on cards. Maybe they have another fetch land in their hand. From 1 to the Ghost of Cold Snap. Hype. Very high hype. 4 dogs. Okay, so they did tap out so I can win. So we just go Ice-Fang Coatl. Okay, 2-0. Tank. They decide to keep 7. 2x Deluge seems good now. I know that you are just now tuning into the stream saying only 2 Deluge, and have not watched the last 2 matches. That's how good Deluge has been. That I know you haven't watched the first 2 matches. Oh, an opening hand. I agree. I see. I thought you meant just like 2 overall on the deck. Well, there's been a few other people suggesting cutting them, though. This is not a very good hand on the draw, not a very good hand against Prowess, which is still a great deck. Have a couple Path of Perils in the sideboard. Trying to think if I need to. I think I'm gonna Abundant Growth here. Kind of just need to find, like, a push. Oh boy. Alright, let's hope that let's stop them from having any card selection. I think that this may be wrong, it may be right. It's hard to say. We play against Coffers, then, like, Fair Breach. Oh boy. Hopefully this is... Okay, they have 3 spells in their hand. Well, we're probably pretty dead, huh? Is Abundant Growth just a cantrip of choice? Kinda. I'm not playing it just because it's a cantrip, or I don't think that you need to play a cantrip in the deck either. Abundant Growth is a mana solver, resilience to Blood Moon, and green card to pitch for endurance and Force of Vigor. It's more about that than anything else. So they have Light Up the Stage, and I Counterspell. I couldn't have imagined anything going better than this, and we're still losing by a lot. I could not have written this better, and we're still losing by a ton. But also just like the Ice-Fang is a card that is very good, especially in this shell. Like, it's like really the only other green card you'd be interested in splashing besides Endurance. Endurance is like the really big idea. It really ties the room together in a big way. It's a card that is super important to like help you combo in your control deck. Ice-Fang is like really the only other green card that you'd want to play, and so like having it be a good card is super important in this shell. Any chance Astrolabe sees play at Modern again? I fucking hope not. I would weep the day that Akram's Astrolabe sees light again. I just... Dude, have you ever been Blood Mooned by the 5-color deck before? Have you ever been Blood Mooned by your opponent's 5-color deck? It just, like, sucks. Fuck it, 19 months, like, thank you. And it's also like so hard to burn them out too. They like take such little damage from their lands. They're fetching all basics. Okay. Down a game. Bring in the removal, bring in the Chalice. Ice-Fang is weird. It's, you know, it's so bad against Lava Dart. It's kind of slow in general. Let's try this. Matchup seems rough. 5-color Blood Moon is Astrolabe back. No, we're talking about someone saying, can Astrolabe ever be unbanned? It's like, I know that you have a pure heart and you only have noble intentions. You would simply use Astrolabe to enable your Ice-Fang and your banned control deck, but Arkham's Astrolabe is a really broken card, and it like really in a lot of ways like breaks a lot of like the color pie balance of Modern. Force good against Lava Dart. Force is like typically not good against 1-mana spells in general. It would certainly have its moments. I think you could play 1 or 0 Force. Right now I'm hedging towards 0. On the play and then on the draw, I think I'm more likely to play the first Force. Death rate might be okay now though. I don't know. Like, okay is different from like a benefit to the format. Like, if you don't also the whole, like, if Ragavan's okay, Death Rate's okay. That argument never makes sense to me, because do you want to play against decks that have 4 Death Rate Shaman and 4 Ragavan in them? Because that's what you get when you unban Death Rate Shaman. That's what you get. But Shaman, like, you know, was not like a game-breaking card piece like Uro was, or Mystic Sanctuary was. Maybe those are Hogak, or maybe a better example, Oko. But it was just like, you know, not only was Shaman too efficient, it was also like just win in every deck because it's a hybrid 1-drop. Yeah, no, Hogak is still broken. It can never be unbanned. Yeah, I love having a push in my opener here. Likely going to be casting this Thassa's Oracle. Yeah, already on the ban discussion portion of the stream. What's the sequence of early plays that makes Hogak still broken? Literally just like 2 Stitcher Suppliers. What are we talking about? Why are we talking about Hogak being unbanned? Why? Why is everybody always just so freaking bored? What are we even talking about? Have you read Hogak? The card is a 0-mana 8/8 trampler. Literally, what are we talking about? You're just so bored. Makes me wish I had my pushback. I don't love playing the Thoracle here, but if I just draw like another high mana value card, I probably have to. Yeah, I think I have to Oracle here so I can hit this 4th land. It's obviously really awkward at the Path of Peril, but maybe makes them overcommit into the Path of Peril also. I do agree with freeing Bridge from Below. All right, it's a good amount of damage. Yeah, MTG bot is down. I think the domain got bought by somebody else. I might have to message Jan. Very sad. Why is Sanctuaries are broken? I was playing Modern Time, and now Cryptic is gone, so it doesn't seem as broken. Cryptic is actually still legal. There is a lot going on with Mystic Sanctuary, but very simply put, Mystic Sanctuary is too efficient for what it does. It is just too efficient to have every single blue fetch be able to be a vampiric tutor for you, mystical tutor for you in the late game. Okay, taking Counterspell for the Breach seems really nice. Let me actually just take Counterspell land. So I could go Path of Peril into hold up Counterspell for the Breach. Can they cast Spectacle with Escape? I believe so, yeah. Maybe not. It's an alternate cost. You can this gives, yeah, never mind. No. Escape cost equal to the mana cost plus, yeah, no, you can't. What? Are they just playing around this Murderous Cut? Did they see the Murderous Cut off of the bauble? Does anybody remember? They must have, right? Did y'all hear Athena snore? Dude, that was such a fast Vapor Snag. Resolves, though. Yeah, she's so cute. They must have seen the path off a bauble. I don't remember them seeing it though. No attack to try to push through 1 damage. No, I got better things to do with my time, man. I'm good. I'm not. I'm good. They just block. They just obviously block, right? Yeah, MTG bot is down, but this is our first league of the day. We're 2-0 down a game match 3. Is Athena allowed to snore in the house? I am, for sure. Giganta in the hand. You love to see that. It just feels good. We're just playing Sultai control. Living our best lives, huh? Does she do those sleepwalking runs to growls? No, just mostly snoring. She's a good dog. I have both dogs with me today. At the it's so cute. Usually they hang out with Esther instead. But I got both of them today. Okay. Honestly, kind of tempting to just jam the inverter here, but I think that's a good way to lose to like Underworld Breach. I also have the Murderous Cut to maybe set up for a delve. Yeah, I could go Murderous Cut, delve 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I could cast Endurance on my opponent, so I'm not at risk of losing to a Breach. And then just cast Inverter. I think I'm just going to cast a Deluge instead. I think either line is fine. This line's nice though, because I don't really have to think. Let's play around another Vapor Snag. I'm really surprised they have Vapor Snag in against me post board. Second time today I've Murderous Cut a Gigantho. Could be a good turn to just like endurance them, start attacking. I don't even know if I can attack those, the problem. You think Inverter would be fine in Pioneer? I am not someone who comments on Pioneer these days. I you know, I like to have slightly informed decisions when I talk. I like to think so at least. So if I play the Endurance, I die to double Dart. I'll probably just be patient. Or double Bolt. Probably just be patient. I don't know. I typically am just not someone that is super in favor of unbans. I typically think that like people who advocate for unbans have like a different philosophy, different Magic philosophy than I do. And that's okay. I mean, losing both my deluges is less than okay. Yeah, but I think I have to let it go. Yeah, I'm not getting... I haven't been emailed a Lord of the Rings preview card at least. Maybe they haven't sent them out because this was just like the... This was just like the pre-preview. Maybe they still haven't decided. But it would feel bad if I didn't get one. Like after working on the set, I would love to get the preview one. Yeah, but typically I just am not very in favor of unbans. I think unbans should be very sparingly and should be, you know, only if they would like actively improve gameplay. Okay, so I'm probably gonna cast Inverter this turn. Oh wait, no, then I get Lantern. Never mind. Yeah, maybe we're just beatdowning. Surely my opponent's last two cards aren't Lightning Bolt if they're gonna pop the Lantern there. Yeah, I think Copter could be fine. Copter could be fine. It is weird though, because like Pioneer has always had a problem where there was like no good 2-drops, and like Copter when it was legal was like just the best 2-drop. And I don't know if it still would be, but it is tough to have like what is one of, if not the best 2-drops, to be a colorless card because it just ends up being so ubiquitous, which I think was the idea behind banning it the first time. Dude, my opponent's playing so slow. Let me try something. Hold on. Let's see if this speeds my opponent up. Not saying anything, but my opponent did immediately speed up, so I'm going to keep this on for a little bit. Yeah, if we were playing the hit game Among Us, I would maybe describe my opponent as sus. Can you stop? This is the third Vapor Snag. What a weird game. I think it's hard for me to not cast the bolt, but I need to hold it for the or cast the Counterspell. I need to hold it for the bolt now. So if my opponent has Lightning Bolt we lose if we go for the Endurance Inverter combo. Oh wait, no, can't we? Hold on. No, we can go for it with Counterspell up. But then we open ourselves up to Lava Dart. We died a Dart. Sorry, I should have attacked. Yeah, so I died a Dart if I go fetch basic, Inverter Thoracle. Beat Lightning Bolt. I'm just gonna go for it. I still have a, yeah, so Forest. Also, they could have two things too, but that's gonna be hard to beat anyways with only one counterspell. I think we're good here. Cool. Game 3. Again, my opponent might not be stream sniping, but as soon as I put this up, they did immediately slow down, so I'm gonna keep it up. So we'll trim the combo piece a little bit more, I think. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it seems fine. Maybe trim something like this, actually. Trim an abundant growth, kind of like that. Would opponent do that, Sussy? I mean, I shouldn't say this, but I mean, I don't know. My opponent like joined the game, and then it took like a full minute for them to like do anything, which is always very sus. And they're just playing very slowly at times where it doesn't make any sense for them to play slowly because they just have like 2 cards in their hand, right? And so I was just like, let me just throw up the hand hider and see if they play faster. And then they immediately started playing faster. So I'm just gonna keep the hand hider up. And we don't have to make a big deal about it. I think put Counterspell because my mana's a little bit awkward with it here. Do like having double push. I'm just gonna main phase, play around a protection spell of some kind. Alright, y'all can't see my hand. This always happens when I have the hand hider up. I like act like y'all. I forget that y'all can't see it. That happens like every single time. It's kind of weird, but they're missing their land drops, and so like this bauble is really valuable to them, so I think I'm spell piercing. Do the second land, 3 cards in hand. Crop, 24 months, thank you, you're doing well. Okay, they hit me down to 7. They have a Lava Dart in the yard, 1 card in their hand, fetching down to 6. Cast Inverter. Library is now push, 2 fetches, spell pierce. With the ability to cast just once. I'm blocking. I'm not gonna think about it. I think they can only growth once, which isn't enough though. They can growth plus dart. Second growth in hand. Yeah. It has to be something like that, or it's just the dart. They dart me. I'm down to 5. Inverter dies. Pass. Okay, GG. Okay, 3-0. 3-0. Sure glad my opponent started playing faster, coincidentally, as soon as I put the hand hider up. Your Honor. Your Honor, there's no evidence to support my opponent's ghosting. They just happen to play faster literally as soon as I put the hand hider up. Wait, is this two coffers in the same league? It's funny. I think Migu played it yesterday. Yeah, I played Red Black Sack yesterday, Desert, and I ended up finishing two. I 2-1 dropped so I could hang out with some friends, and I beat Scam, Blue White, lost to Hammer. Ooh. Huh. Cool. We played much Pauper. I used to play a lot of Pauper back when Cruise was legal, because I was like a blue player that's like, I'm gonna still play Cruise. You can't stop me, wizards. Got some Veil Summers in the sideboard. Log, 3 months ago, thank you. Shrieking Affliction. Camera's delayed. Yeah, people have been saying my camera's delayed. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I'm an amateur streamer. Okay, Ashiok Urborg is such a nombo. It's so funny. I have some Spell Pierces in my deck, though, so we can see if we draw one. Such a nombo. You frequently say that Modern is underexplored. Are there any formats you take to be more or fully less explored? So one thing is like Standard and Pioneer, because they have smaller card pools than Modern, I think are more explored. And also one thing to remember is Modern has like really atypical gameplay compared to Standard and Pioneer, which more so is a format of like, you know, with some exceptions, but is a format of like normal mana curves and like creatures and removal, like the same traditional archetypes. Modern is just like a very weird format where there's lots of possibilities and like and a lot more cards, which makes it very very difficult to fully explore. Maybe could have taken Push. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really feel like I care about this factory very much. Maybe not supposed to play the land. The Shrieking Affliction's kind of a thing. Only one Oracle left? I think I have 2 left. 2 are exiled. That's fine. Oh, sorry. I guess I should have Ice-Fanged in response. Dude, they have another Spirit? That's sick. I love another Spirit. Yeah, definitely should Ice-Fang in response, though. Okay, so let me kill Ashiok. No. That card just doesn't do anything. Attack Liliana. I'm gonna play my land so I can, like, Deluge into a 2-drop. It's a good draw for them. We'll lose this game. I mean, we have 2 Oracles left in deck. If we draw one, we immediately win. It's only a 2-outer though. Saga's scary. I'm gonna start getting hit by Shrieking Affliction. That was probably the best thing they could have drawn for us. We'll target them. They have a Raven's Crime. Check out they milled more Thoracle. They did not. So, yeah, still 2 in the deck. So to kill Liliana, take 3 down to 10. It's just easy sometimes, what I'm to say. I like to bring in some Spell Pierces. Needle seems okay. Can stop Saga, Liliana, Mutavault. Can play like with some number. Yeah, Force actually seems pretty good. It kills all their racks, kills their sagas. Chalice on 1. I think I've got too many 1-drops for Chalice on 1. It wouldn't be terrible. I guess Spell Snare is probably not that good against them. They have, I guess it stops Smallpox and stops. No, it has enough targets. Maybe play 3, Force 3 Endurance. 2-2? Let's see 2-2. Things like has Game Burst Burn. I would say Burn is likely a bad matchup, but you could win. Could sideboard some Weather the Storms if you're really scared. Got an Inverter? Maybe. I don't feel like the Inverter's that bad in this matchup, though, because like they make you discard your Oracles and you just cast Inverter, and there's not much you can do about it. I think I like the combo here. Keep this. They chose to be on the play, which is not something that 8-Rack has always done. Remember Tom Ross was always like, I just choose to be on the draw. Yeah, the MTG bot is down, so all the commands are off today, unfortunately. I wish MTG bot a swift and safe recovery. They take the 2 for 1. Let's get a breeding pool. Oh, no. Don't Shadow of Doubt me. Yeah! I can't believe it! We got Shadow Doubted. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm going to fetch main phase. That's awesome. Maybe we should be playing Shadow of Doubt, huh? My opponent knows about this Spell Pierce, so I'm pretty happy to fire it off at anything. So do makes face when opponent Shadow of Doubts. What the hell? This is so fast. Also, why does Indra always do this? I get like a brief look at the image, and then it's like, hey, can you just get... I know I'm an image hosting website, but I don't know. Yeah, I should just always pause ads. But look, like I pause the ads and immediately, like the whole screen is just an ad. And I refresh, and I just like, I cannot remember the last time I had Imgur like work correctly. Alright, y'all can get like a brief look at this image Doom. I can't believe how quickly Doom clipped that. I remember this website used to work, though. That website used to work at some point. I'm almost sure of it. Getting Ravens crammed out of this game, huh? I think I really want the 4th land. I don't know. It's tough. That's a nice draw. Triple Urborg. The old triple Urborg Ashiok deck. Okay, now I think I discard the Inverter. Can kill this Abundant Growth for fun and then sack the... No, what am I doing? Just sack the Verdant Catacombs. So I get the first top deck. They have Raven's Crime though, and I have a lot of 4-drops that I can't cast at the moment. Yeah, I've never played any of the Diablo games, and all I know about them is like lately they're just like microtransaction cash grabs for the most part, from what I understand. So I haven't been super interested in it either. Okay, the rack is pretty good here. What's their last card though? It's not. It's not a land. They would have Raven's Crime to me. I do think I'm just jamming the Inverter here. Probably could make it. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a little. Oh, dang it. Man. It's fine. We just draw what we draw, you know what I'm saying? Ah! No! Okay, I do have a Force of Vigor. I have a Force of Vigor. I have to draw it soon, though. We have 1 Force to draw into. I have 8 cards. We also have another Inverter, so we can reset our library again. Don't think I'm supposed to counter that. Yeah, this could be a good new emote. Let me save it. I like it. So Force is literally the last card we lose. Otherwise, we can reset. Okay, I have to counter this, because otherwise they can. Stop me from resetting my graveyard. Come on, Force. 1 in 6 chance. Why Spell Pierce there? What do you mean? I need. This is the only way I can win the game. I need to keep this in play. Spell Pierce is not going to have almost any targets this game. Yeah, I don't have an Oracle. I mean, we have Spell Snare for Smallpox. Yeah, if you're saying that's why I hold the Spell Snare. Yeah, we tempoed Inverted and then they immediately cast Bridge, which is a bummer. Which is so weird for them to have in their deck against me post-board, but maybe they won't side it out now. They pay life to Surgical Counterspell, sure. I don't even think we have another Counterspell in the deck. Up when you play a patch for Shuffleback concerns? Never, never. I need to keep as many cards in my hand for the rack here as possible. I have a Force of Vigor to kill the bridge. And then I have an Inverter to reset my graveyard, potentially. I lose if my Force was the bottom card, or I guess now is the bottom card after the shuffle. Well, Gecko, Twitch Prime, thank you. Can't we draw Force of Vigor last card, then cast Inverter, then Force on next turn? Oh, I guess we just cast the Inverter first. Good point, good point. And at that point, you probably play like a fetch land for like 2 attacks. Very surprised they paid life because now they're dead to 3 Inverter hits. I don't know like what they're even thinking. Come on. Alright, so I guess I play this also to have Spell Snare up for Smallpox. Yeah, they might have another Bloodchief's Thirst. They know my hand though. Of course. Yeah, that would make sense. And they saw the Spell Pierce and they didn't want to cast it. Ugh, such a sweaty game. Love to see that. Love to see that silent clearing sack. Interesting. Down to 9. They take the inverter, so I'm all in. They have 1 card. They have no cards. So Snare beats Smallpox, Spell Pierce beats Bloodchief's Thirst or Liliana. Should I just, this is just more cards, so I keep this one. Oh, I didn't know I had another inverter in my deck. Did y'all? I didn't think. Where did this come from? I don't fucking know. It's like the first game I think we're winning just by like inverter beatdown. Maybe it happened one other time. Okay, 4-0 our first league on stream. Let's get a trophy prediction going. Probably get mulligan this one. Yeah, there's another prediction. You have like 50 seconds left. Alright, keep this. Wooded Foothills. Monkey. Okay, we can Thoracle block the monkey, I guess. Push. A classic Spell Pierce Triome deck. It's fine. Jund? Jund. So you're kind of feeling kind of good. Just like play Thoracle, Thoracle dies, cast Inverter with not that many cards in my library. It could be hard for them to win. We'll see, we'll see. Cast like Goyf. Hex Drinker? Let's freaking go, dude. Y'all drink any hexes lately? Yeah, we're probably boarded in some Path of Perils, huh? It's probably boarding in some Path of Perils. It's shocking here. It's a lot better if I put push on top, actually. I don't. I'm going to keep the Counterspell. So I can go, like, next turn Counterspell, then just slam Inverter, assuming that this Oracle dies. The Force up here. Dude, I have not seen Hex Drinker in, like, a year. Force or Fury Pitch Unholy Heat. It's pretty good. I think I'm dead, right? We're going. It's hard to... Okay, so they flip Counterspell with Ragavan, which changes the timeline. Yeah, it changes the timeline. Surely they have something to Force of Negation in their Dragon Rage's Channeler deck. Taking 7 down to 9. Yeah, I'm pretty dead. Hex Drinker's just too good. I don't know what to say. Take 7 again. Inverter die. Can I go like Ice-Fang? I don't even think so. I guess if they have literally nothing, I can go Ice-Fang. I mean, they just pro everything. Dude, our hexes have been dranked up. I think they're just green-red also. They're probably playing Blood Moon in their deck. I want to see more of the library, but they're just gonna Hex Drinker me. I went 2-1 in the last chance last night. I lost to Hammer playing Rack Scam. Rakdos Scam, not the Rack. My hexes, please, my hexes. Alright, Hex Drinker's broken. They look like they're pawns though. They pitched Unholy Heat. Bring these in. I'm not that bad against pawns. I've got a lot of installation against Blood Moon. Chalice looks good. Yeah, I mean, it's always weird when you have a little one-drops yourself. So it's like, if your opponent goes turn 1 Ragavan and you don't have push, and you have Chalice, like Chalice plus Ice-Fang, it's really awkward. We'll do something like this. Silver's not looking good. I mean, my opponent almost definitely has like Rin and 6 and Blood Moon in their deck, so I'm inclined to keep the Spell Pierces in. Like, they're playing Dragon Rage's Channeler, so, like, in theory, they have, like, a pile of non-creature spells, you know? So if they play Ragavan, I'll push it. If they play any other creature, I'm going to try to get, like, a 2-for-1 off Path of Peril. Okay. Is the growth for Path of Peril? Y'all are overthinking the growth. But... It lets you meet it lets you meet your mana requirements, green cards for force and endurance, out to Blood Moon. Oh, dash Ragavan, why is it so annoying here? Guess I'm super punished for the main phase push, huh? Not really much reason to have done it that way, I suppose. Hopefully they play really hard into the Path of Peril. I just don't see that being so likely. They had an Ice-Fang, which would have been a really nice draw for me. Can you just, like, not dash? Why isn't this an instant? I've got complaints. Alright, big drill step. Probably not going to counterspell Ragavan. Probably just going to cast Deluge instead. Alright, get a hit for a lot. Mana base is really painful this league. It's kind of funny you say that because I think we've taken actual 0 damage to our lands this hand. 1 damage, 2 damage. Play this tap, untap swamp, tap breeding pool. Yeah, we've taken one. This is our 2nd damage from the lands. Looking for endurance. That'd be awesome. Nothing at all. Rough game. Dude, I don't even have snow. I feel like countering Ragavan pressures opponent to play into peril. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I think I like leading on Fang. Hope to draw the Snowland. Sorry, I was supposed to growth first, and I can have Snow Island up here. We can chump block the Channeler though. Counterspell the Ragavan. Although I guess maybe now it's better to Thoracle, since like it's kind of the same thing. This answers Ragavan. This answers Ragavan. Probably did though. I messed up main phasing the push on the Ragavan. It was also like, you know, this specific hand, like my opponent just like not playing into the Path of Peril at all ended up being really disastrous. That's any removal spell. Yeah. Okay. So 4-1 that league. Obviously not the trophy we're all hoping for, but pretty promising start. Red-green Hex Drinker, huh? Open a Snuff out. I think that used to be a lot of money. Wish we saw more of my opponent's deck. I'm still kind of confused what's going on.